What's going on, everybody? Samuel Akem here, and I'm back with another one. Appreciate you guys for tapping into yet another one of my breakdowns. Today, we are looking at the game film of Charles Pierre Jr., running back out of South Dakota. He had a phenomenal season last year. 167 carries, 1,245 yards, 16 touchdowns on 7.5 yards a carry. He had absolutely an amazing season. He probably would have had close to 1,500, maybe close to 2,000 yards. They had a phenomenal offensive line last year, really good quarterback. I mean, they had a full squad, a lot of athletes on that squad. He also had another running back that had 1,100 rushing yards last year, and Travis Tice. He was a phenomenal running back as well. He's a senior. He's graduated now, so Charles Pierre should be the guy, but it seems that at South Dakota, they want to do the running back by committee. Also, he's probably a guy who probably could have transferred, probably was getting interest from the transfer portal, decided to stay at South Dakota, and he was rewarded for it. He had a really, really good season. So we're going to be looking at some of his top plays, some of the things that I like about his game. Make sure you guys hit a like. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys leave me a comment down below, and we will get straight into it. Okay, first things first, I want to know when I'm watching a running back is, does he have the ability to finish a run? Does he have the ability to take it all the way to the house? Does he have the ability to beat DBs, some linebackers on angles, to take it to the house? And these first couple of clips are going to show just that for Charles Pierre. He is a big play guy. He has the ability to take big plays to the house. Also, one thing I like about this run, he shows some of his agility on this play, able to make guys miss in the open field. But then look at this. Guys have decent angles on him, and he has the ability to take it all the way to the house. I mean, just running away from these guys on his way to the end zone. Really, really good job. He stands at 5'10", 205 pounds per ESPN. And I think he's the perfect size for a running back that you want in a running back. Able to take it all the way to the top. He's got the speed, he's got the power, he's got the explosion. Sorry for the graininess right here on this tape, but you see the Montana State clip right here. Nothing crazy. When I say their offensive line was really good last year, they had a really, really good offensive line. There's no surprise why they had 2 1,000-yard running backs, but right there, the speed to be able to take to the house. Here you go against Indiana State. Gonna get an 80+ yard rushing touchdown once again, showing his speed. A little bit of open field maneuverability to make a guy miss, but then the speed not to get caught from behind. He's taking it all the way to the house. Really love to see that in the running backs. Sometimes the running back may not always be able to have the speed to take it to the house. I know scouts are particularly interested in that. Can he finish runs? Can he get into the end zone? Does he have the speed to be able to beat DBs on that third level? And right here, once again, he shows that against Youngstown State. Really good inside run. I will say a lot of these big runs, they're wide open holes. It really just comes down to him, his wheels. How is he able to beat those guys in that second level? And he shows it right there, and he showed it throughout this clip so far. You go right here, another downhill run against Tarleton. This is one of the only times you're going to see him get caught on the film. Guy has a pretty good angle on him. You've seen him beat some angles so far on this clip, but right here, he's going to get caught and brought down inside the 10-yard line. Still a good run. Now, some of these next clips, I think he does a really good job of running behind his pads. Although we have seen him make guys miss, I don't think that is, I think that's probably one of the weaker parts of his game, being able to make guys miss in the open field. I think one of the things that he does really well, he's got really good speed, but he also runs behind his pads really well, has a low center of gravity, and he uses it to his advantage. So nothing crazy right here, but he does show a little bit of change of direction right here, putting that foot in the ground, getting to the outside, and getting more yardage on that run. Really good job. Here you go right here, downhill run, a lot of inside zone from this football team. First off, really good cut in the backfield, stick that foot in the ground, find the hole, and then he has the acceleration to get back up and going and get more yardage after it. Once again, sorry for this Indiana State film, a little grainy, not film, whatever you want to call it, TV copy, but getting to the outside and getting into the end zone. So actually, this isn't his lower center of gravity, some of these trucking plays, some of him running behind his shoulder pads. This is him. This is some of his intermediate runs, but he has the ability to get in the end zone. He lived in the end zone, had 16 rushing touchdowns last season. Don't know how many receiving touchdowns he had last season, but a guy who is able to get into the end zone often. Toss play right here to the outside. Goes untouched against Southern Illinois into the end zone. Nothing crazy right there. I mean, they had a really good unit last year. Offensive line, tight ends, running backs, receivers. They had the full suite of athletes on their squad last year. Really good one cut run right here. Stick that foot in the ground, get vertical, and get into the end zone. Really good job. Here you go right here. Another downhill run, another zone run. Good block on the outside from that tight or his other running back. And he's going to get out, making an explosive run for about 15 yards. Here you go. Downhill run against North Dakota. Really good low center of gravity right here. Look how this linebacker gets his leg. D-line, D-end gets his leg right here. Stumbles a little bit. Breaks another tackle, breaks another tackle, another one. I mean, he's just really hard to bring down. I didn't put a ton of the plays on there where he's showing the ability not to go down from that first defender, but he's not easy to bring down. And you see it right there once again. Low center of gravity, guys, gets on his legs. He's able to keep his feet and drag it for another 5 to 10 yards. He go right here, another Indiana State clip, little grainy on here, but making guys, I mean, you're not going to arm tackle him, especially you're not going to arm tackle him down low. You're going to have to bring your lunch when you're trying to bring this guy on the ground. Really physical runner, runs behind his shoulder pads, is not easy to bring down. You go right here, another one cut right here. He gets to the outside, looking like a little pin and pull action right here, pulling that tackle, pulling that guard and center around actually, getting to the outside and getting downhill. Another good run right there. Here you go right here, little counter run right here, pulling that backside guard and that running back Travis Tice around. 2 really good blocks, running behind the shoulder pads, not easy to bring down. Once again, gets a guy on his back, gets a guy on his leg. If you are going to leg tackle him, you better hold on for dear life because he's going to try to drag you as far as he possibly can. Here you go, inside zone run right here. Lineman confused. You're not trying to tackle me, you're trying to block the guys on the other side. Really good run right there. Not easy to bring down, like I'm saying, running behind the shoulder pads. And it takes a minute to get him down the ground. Now, obviously, this is D2 Northern State, but still a really good run from Charles Pierre right here. Really good job right there. Here you go. Another downhill run, another inside zone run, making a guy miss. Now, when I say I think his agility is one of the weaker part of his games, of his game, that doesn't mean he can't do it. There's many clips on here where he's making guys miss in the open field, but I think that's not the strongest part of his game. I think the number one thing you think of when you think of his game is his speed. I mean, he's got really good explosion, really good speed, but once again right here, not an easy guy to bring down. Always trying to and he's always falling forward on his runs. It's rare that you see this guy fall backwards. He's always falling forward, and right there, once again, just very, very difficult to bring down, taking multiple defenders to put him on the ground. And I mean, it's just good to see. Right here, he's gonna truck somebody into the end zone. I mean, low center of gravity. This is the greatest example I have of Charles Pierre and his low center of gravity. He's gonna take a hit right into the chest right there, spin off of it, and get into the end zone. Here we go. We got a closer angle of it right here. Good blocks inside. Really good hit from that defender, but you gotta wrap up. You have to wrap up with a running back like Charles Pierre. Good ball security and good ability to be able to get into the end zone right there. Once again, not easy to bring down. Guys trying to get him in the backfield. Low center of gravity. He's running behind his shoulder pads, making a couple guys miss, and turning it into a big-time explosive run. Really big-time explosive run. Once again, gonna truck somebody, meet him at the end zone. You gotta bring your lunch pail, and you gotta wrap up. He doesn't, and it cost him. Touchdown for Charles Pierre. Really good job right there. Here you go right here. Now, here are some of his receiving clips. Now, he only had... I'm looking at it right here. He only had 190 receiving yards last year on 19 receptions and 2 receiving touchdowns. So I don't know if it's that they don't use him in that aspect of the game or if it's not just a big part of their offense, the running back in the passing game. But here you're going to see him catch out of the backfield on an angle route from Aiden Bauman and take it all the way to the house. Once again, showing that speed. Decent angles from these defenders right here. He's going to take it, knife it up the field, and he's got the speed to finish it in the end zone. I mean, I love watching this guy take big runs to the house. His speed is absolutely a difference maker for him in his game. Right here, you're going to show his receiver ability. I think he has the ability. I think sometimes, and one thing I'll say about him as a receiver, I don't think that's another strong part of his game. He seems to like attack the ball a little bit. He doesn't really look like a natural catcher. Sometimes it looks like he's fighting the ball, jumping when he doesn't necessarily need to jump. Right here, he's going to jump a little bit. But I do love the finish on this run. Amazing finish on this run. This was the first game of the season against Drake, or early on in the season against Drake. Not the first game of the season. Early on in the season against Drake. And just... ugh, my goodness. Let's run that back one more time. Oh my goodness. Here you go right here. Split out as a receiver right here. Catching him with his body, but making a guy miss and getting down the field for a big explosive play. Here you go right here. Another one of those intermediate runs. Finished it in the end zone. Blocked up really, really well. When I say they had a good squad last year, they had a really, really good squad last year. There's a reason they were in the semifinals. I think they actually got a hold on this play maybe. or they didn't call it. They didn't call it, and it was a touchdown. Really good job. Here you go. Gonna get another catch out of the backfield. So this is the one where you really see how, you know, he's kind of fighting the ball. He doesn't even need to jump for this pass. And sometimes, you know, I played with a receiver in the USFL that kind of did this a little bit, but jumping when you don't necessarily need to jump, attacking the ball, not so much a natural catcher, but that's not to say that he can't do it. He can do it, and he shows that he can do it on all of these clips, that he can catch out of the backfield and make big plays out of it. So that's not to detract from his game. It's just not a huge part of his game, not something that he does at a large scale. Making a guy miss in the open field, getting downfield. So that's going to conclude the Charles Pierre breakdown. I think this guy is a phenomenal running back. I think he's going to be one of the top running backs in the FCS, if not the top running back in the FCS in 2025. He decided to stay when he probably could have left. I mean, when you got a good thing, stick with that good thing. He had the exact same amount of carries as Eli Gilman last year, 167. But he had a little bit, a few more rushing yards than Eli did. That's why his average is a little higher. But there's good running backs in the FCS. Charles Pierre Jr. is one of them at South Dakota. They lost a few offensive linemen this offseason. Their quarterback is returning. We'll see how they look. But I'm very excited to see how Charles Pierre does this year. He's only a sophomore, going to be a junior this next year. So you guys let me know what you guys think about Charles Pierre Jr. and his game. Leave me a comment down below. Make sure you guys leave me a like. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well. Only 70% of you guys who are watching my videos are subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button. I will catch you guys next time. See you later.